Warning, the following video contains strong language and mentions of drug abuse as well as sexual assault. Hello, wonderful, individual, human people. I am Cobra, and I'm joined by my card in crime ace.
What the fuck was that intro? Anyway, we are reviewing Heavy Rain.
It's raining, it's pouring, it's fucking England, but this one's set in the US of A.
Ethan Mars
Bar.
is a regular father who enjoys shouting his child's name in a busy shopping centre.
Jason! The first hour of this game is extremely slow, but it makes you go through all of the horse, bull and cow shit that films skip over.
Oh, wait a minute, before we carry on, shouldn't you say games instead of films
No, it's the thing that films skip over.
Well, have I just fucked the recording already?
No, I can just edit this all out, just continue.
Jason is killed by a car that is going approximately 2 miles an hour.
And now we have 2 hours of sadness before any real progress.
Why don't we discuss the 4 characters we play as? Let's start by talking about Jaden the drug addict.
Yes, so in typical noir fashion, we have a troubled special agent with a cocaine or tryptocane, as the game calls it. It looks like a lightsaber dildo that you snort at the end of a Jedi convention off of Princess Leia's vagina.
I'm surprised. Hang on, did you just say convention as opposed to conversation?
Yeah. Convention, yeah, that's what it's meant to be. Now, continue.
I'm surprised his nose hasn't collapsed from the constant drug abuse.
Fictional drugs lack real consequences, although the LSD trip is embellished in fantasy. The consequences are further perpetuated due to the inherent force and consistency used by the player to solve the game's puzzles, which is inherently not as effective the second time round.
For fuck's sake, are you trying to make the viewers think they are high by saying that?
No, I just, unlike you, don't question their intelligence. We're all adults here, or at least 13-year-olds with access to their parents' YouTube account.
Or access to certain other places on the internet.
Oh, I agree. Wikipedia is very good for educational use.
Anyway, going back to Jaden. Tough fucking shit. Going back to Jaden the druggie, he works for the FBI trying to catch the origami killer with no such success. No surprise since he spends most of his free time either playing the piano or taking more tryptocane.
Yay! God damn you. You talk some shit. I'm surprised that people are still fucking watching our channel, let alone this video. Anyway, let's move on to the most interesting character. Ethan Marsbar is, according to the therapist gamer, he's got depersonalization disorder, post-traumatic stress disorder, panic disorder with agoraphobia, adjustment disorder, major depressive disorder, and blackouts, etc. Look, he's been through a lot. Like the film Prisoners, the mental health of those pursuing is paramount to understanding the overarching conflict prevalent in the narrative, so he could possibly benefit from being placed in an institution.
So basically what you're saying is he's a fucking nutcase.
Well, you have to be in this game, otherwise you're not a protagonist. Seriously, every mother and father fucker in this game have mental health issues relating to trauma. Take Great Scott! Shelby, for example.
Oh yeah, good old Scott Shelby, the man who is definitely the most deranged. He's helping Lauren figure out who killed her son.
The origami killer is a character who looms over the story like a ghost, unable to be caught. This interesting mystery is what keeps you invested in the story and caring for the characters. Characters like the final one to mention, Reporter Madison, who Ace wants to shag, so I'll let you tell him about them.
Well, to be fair, would you say no to turning her down? Speaking of, I want to know why people said no. I don't care about the story at that particular moment, I just want to fuck that cunt. I don't care if anyone disagrees with me on that.
I mean Marsbar certainly.
And he's a fucking idiot for doing so.
She basically said at his son's grave, I can make you a new one. Like, what? The game shows serious issues throughout, including drug abuse, sexual assault and flashbacks, and nightmares because Madison has insomnia and PTSD. This game also deals with things like violence, child abuse and several other difficult topics, although it does deal with them in a caring, non-nihilistic manner.
That reminds me, there were 17 endings and 18 possible epilogues, and that part was definitely the most interesting bit.
How does that remind you of that? Anyway, let's just discuss a bit of the gameplay. Although we won't be rating that, I just want to punch in the fucking throat the son of a whore who decided that motion controls were a good thing to have on a fucking PlayStation game.
It just does not work on PlayStation. It never has. If this game was on the Wii, it would be a fucking masterpiece if it was released on it, and you can't deny that. It would be far superior.
I agree. Unlike PlayStation, the Wii actually has good motion control despite being significantly older. Oh, let's talk about the kamikaze trial. It's a bear trial, right?
You mentioning that trophy is going to give me PTSD.
You and every one of us who got that fucking platinum trophy. It is the worst trophy in the game. It makes my piss red thinking about it. I'd rather piss blood than shit out that fucking trophy again. It is a stain of wank on an otherwise great game. They came all over the product and tainted it. 9 out of 10 for story. A few bits drag on, which stops me from giving it a 10. Also, some of the endings are less than stellar or otherwise apparent in the realm of logic, accompanied by the otherwise realistic overtones aside from the naturalistic surrealism present in Jaden's drug-fueled arc. What's your thoughts?
I honestly give this story a full 10 out of 10. I enjoyed everything about it. The pacing, the characters, and the mystery. I do think this game deserves more credit for its story, as it does a great job of presenting the highlights of several mental health issues. It just sort of takes everything, throws it into a blender, and it honestly delivers a great plot.
Fuck you all for watching, and I hope to see
Are you on drugs?
Yes, and please subscribe to join the Pillowland gang.
You honestly sound like you've been taking tryptocane more than Jaden just for saying that.
Bye everyone.
Bye.